In which region in India can you find the following features? White sandy beaches with a blue sea dotted by small islands. Beautiful beaches with hardly any tourists at all. Asia's longest drivable beach. A Subramanya Temple with a beautiful stepwell. A mirror made with polished metal and no glass. History of Kerala's most influential Islamic dynasty. A school dedicated to folk music and dance. Of course, the answer is in the title of the video itself. The coastal Kannur district in northern Kerala's Malabar region has all of the above, as you will see in the remainder of this video. Kannur district is on the west coast of India, so it has the same weather as India's major west coast cities, for example Mumbai, Kochi, Mangaluru and Panaji. The weather is humid and tropical. Winters are mild, but as with the entire west coast, Kannur district too is blessed with plenty of rain during the 4 months of monsoon from June to September. Besides, there is a second wave of rain during October and November. The layout of the district is also similar to other west coast regions. The west of this district is bordered by the Arabian Sea and the east is bordered by the Western Ghats. To the south of Kannur district is one of Puducherry's enclaves, Mahe. To the north of the district is Kasaragod district. The highways to the east of the district ascend sharply over the Western Ghats and lead to the forests and lakes of Wayanad district. All the three major religions in Kerala, that is Hinduism, Islam and Christianity, can be seen in sizable numbers in Kannur district. From our observations around the district, none of the three religions can actually be called a significant minority. This is because Kannur was one of the first districts alongside Kozhikode all around India to receive Arab traders for spice trading and Christian missionaries for education. Kannur has a variety of occupations, but the major ones are agriculture and fishing. Industries based on the two take up more than half the share of the local revenue generated. Despite the beautiful things to see in Kannur, tourism is yet to catch up. This is true in all of North Kerala, which is known as Malabar. A common trend in Kannur is for youngsters to migrate to OPEC countries. Mallus refer to them as Gulf, for example Oman, UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain and Qatar. They spend several years in these countries, earn a decent income and send money back home. During their visits from Gulf, they bring expensive gifts for their near and dear ones. One amusing thing to try with a Kannur youngster is to point out towards any expensive thing they own and ask where they got it. My uncle got this for me from Gulf. My daddy bought this from Muscat. My brother gifted me during his visit to India from Dubai, will be the common answers. The most spoken language in Kannur district is the state language Malayalam. Varying dialects are spoken in regional pockets such as Kavvayi Island. English is also well spoken due to education by Christian missionary schools. While Hindi isn't spoken very well in the interior areas of Kannur, the coastal areas like Kannur city itself are fairly comfortable with the language. But it's not a language that you would use for deep conversations with the locals. Kannur has seen two major dynasties come and go. The Muslim dynasty by the name of Arakkal was famous for its influential begums rather than badshahs. Kannur was also part of the Hindu Malabar kingdom before it joined hands with the other two Malayalam-speaking kingdoms, Kochi and Travancore, to form the unified state of Kerala. The city and district were called Cannanore by the British. The name continued to be used post-independence but was recently replaced by its original Malayalam name, Kannur. Here is what we have to say about Kannur. Enjoy it while it lasts. Right now, none of North Kerala's hotspot, Kannur district included, has received the limelight that the typical tourist Kerala has received. Websites, tourist packages and brochures focus on Kochi, Thiruvananthapuram, Alappuzha houseboats, Munnar and Thekkady. Pilgrims focus on Sabarimala and Guruvayur. Everything to the north of Guruvayur, that is Kozhikode, Kappad, Mahe, Thalassery, Kannur, Wayanad, Palakkad, Kasaragod, Malappuram and Kottakkal are conveniently blind spotted by tourist packages. The tourists you will see around Kannur's beaches are local Malayalam speaking people or a few foreigners who have got wind of the sparseness of Malabar. Enjoy Malabar while you can. It is only a matter of time before tourism catches up. But what should you enjoy? Here goes. Here are some beaches you should see in Kannur district. Dharmadam is the southernmost beach in Kannur district. The beach has views of small tree-lined islands off the coast. It is possible to use a local fishing boat to explore these islands. In our opinion, Tortad is the most beautiful beach in North Kerala. It is just south of Kannur city, about 20 kilometers from the city center. The sand is rich, thick and white, a pleasure to walk on without footwear. The water is azure and clean. To exploit the beauty of the beach, small sea view wooden and bamboo cottages have come up at the area where the beach sand ends. A feature of Thottada beach is that it is a little walk away from the main road where you need to leave your vehicle. A small river runs parallel to the beach. The authorities have not bothered to build a road bridge but only a pedestrian bridge to cross the river. So people who are too bored to walk leave this beach alone. Payyambalam is the city's own beach, similar to Mumbai's Juhu, Chennai's Marina and Thiruvananthapuram's Shankhamukam. The beach is at the northern end of the city, an area which is fast developing with skyscrapers. Ettikulam is a beach about 16 kilometers north of the city and is great to watch for its multicolored fishing boats. The beach is just south of Yerimala, a hill that contains a lighthouse and belongs to the Indian Navy. Yerimala is off limits for civilians. If you have ever fantasized about drag racing your car by the sea or drawing shapes with your vehicle's tires on the sand, then Pilangar beach is the longest beach in all of Asia to do so. At Pilangar, a 5-kilometer stretch of firmly packed sand and gentle waves are perfect for any car. But a powerful SUV can do more. While low ground clearance cars should stay away from the salty seawater, SUVs can splash around in the gentle waves to create special effects. The southern end of the beach is at Muzhappilangad village, while the northern end at Arakkal. So the beach is referred to by both names. There's a nominal entry fee to take your vehicle into the beach, but going by foot is free. Kavvayi is a group of islands off the coast of Payyambalam, a town north of Kannur city. The islands are formed by the backwaters of the Perumba river at its mouth. Kavvayi is inhabited. The island is connected by several road bridges and also by ferries. The jetty point on the mainland is at Koti, about 3 kilometers from Payyambalam city. We found it fun to drive on the road on a narrow strip of land between Payyambalam and Kavvayi's main island. On both sides of the road are the backwaters of the river. Kavvayi has a few beach resorts, riverside resorts, eco park and a few houseboats on the backwaters. Arakkal were long-time Muslim rulers of Kannur. They had fine taste for teak furniture and special mirrors, which we'll talk about in a minute. The Arakkal Museum used to be one of the several residences of the Arakkal rulers and overlooks the Arabian Sea. The National Highway NH66 Mumbai-Kanyakumari Coastal Highway passes right by the Arakkal Museum, and thus you cannot miss it. Inside the 2 stories of the museum, you will see really rich-looking teak furniture sets patronized and used by the dynasty. The teak pillars of the museum are also artful. The staircase to go between the stories also consists of teak stairs. But the best exhibit in the museum is the Aranmula Mirror, a special mirror made of metal. No glass is used. The metal is polished by hand until it becomes perfectly reflective like a mirror. While you can see small handheld Aranmula face mirrors at museums in Kochi, Thiruvananthapuram, Thrissur, Kozhikode and Neelambur Teak Museum, the one at Kannur is a full body height dressing table mirror. St. Angelo is a sea fort that was built by the Dutch during their rule in southern India. There are multiple levels of ramparts, defunct cannon guns, walkways both inside the fort and on its perimeter, and a magnificent view of the Arabian Sea and some of the beaches around Kannur. While not inside the city sprawl, the Kerala Folklore Academy is located 16 kilometers to the east at Chirakkal village. The word Chira in Malayalam means a lake, and true to the name, the academy is located at the bank of a shallow swamp water lake which is home to migratory birds. While the lake itself is interesting, it is the institution on its eastern bank that is more so. Kerala Folklore Academy is an institution that teaches traditional Kerala dance, music and play forms. The institute has its own museum with displays of folk stories, performance dresses, masks, props and instruments. While casual tourists are not allowed inside the classrooms, you may be able to see a few practice performances that are routinely done in the central courtyard of the academy. Equidistant from both Peralassery and Kannur cities and to their east is Peralassery village. The highlight of this village is the Subramanya Temple, where Lord Subrahmanya or Kartikeya is worshipped as a serpent. As per Hindu mythology, Lord Subrahmanya is the son of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati and freed the world from the evils of demon Tarakasura. But a feature outside the temple is more interesting than the temple itself. A freshwater pond with a 7-story stepwell is extremely eye-catching. In fact, a photo of this stepwell on TripAdvisor was all we needed to peel off the national highway between Thalassery and Kannur to take a detour to visit this beautiful work of architecture. The pond is below ground level, so you enter the stepwell at its 7th story and descend your way to the level of the pond through the main staircase. Or for fun, you can use one of the several crisscrossing staircases across the levels. To the north of the pond is a Shivalinga. Inside the pond, we can see colorful freshwater fish. The fish are considered sacred, and it is common to see worshippers feed them rice grains. Dressing rules in Kerala temples are quite strict. Many prohibit entry without a dhoti or a sari. Peralassery is among the lenient ones. You are allowed to wear western clothes so long as they cover your shoulders and legs. Kannur is a well-connected city in Kerala. It has several transport options available. Kannur is served by the airport at Mattanur, a suburb of the city. There are regular flights to Kannur from New Delhi, Kozhikode, Kochi, Thiruvananthapuram, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Chennai, Hubballi and Vasco da Gama. International flights are also available from several destinations in Gulf, the most connected ones being UAE's Dubai and Oman's Muscat. Kannur is a railway station on Southern Railway's Shoranur division. By extension, it is one of the major stations on India's Konkan railway stretch that covers the beautiful coastal route of Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka and Kerala. All major trains connecting Kerala to Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Western and Northern India halt at Kannur, including special trains like Rajdhani, Shatabdi, Duronto, Humsafar and Tejas. Kannur's bus depot, situated right outside the railway station to its east, has services to all major cities in Kerala, the most common connection being to Kozhikode, Kasaragod and Thrissur. Interstate buses ply to Karnataka's Mangalore and Udupi. Reaching Kannur by drive is quite straightforward since the city lies right on a major national highway. No detours or deviation. The NH66 West Coast Highway starts at Mumbai's Panvel suburb and runs straight to Kanyakumari. It goes like so: Mumbai, Panvel, Alibag, Ratnagiri, Malwad, Panaji, Madgaon, Karwar, Honnavara, Udupi, Mangaluru, Kasaragod, Kannur, Talassery, Mahe, Kozhikode, Kochi, Alleppey, Thiruvananthapuram, Nagarkoil, Kanyakumari. If you are driving from a western state such as Gujarat, western MP or interior Maharashtra, you should join the NH66 at Mumbai, Panvel, Alibag or Ratnagiri. If you are driving from the north, central or eastern India, then join the Grand Trunk Highway at Delhi, Agra or Nagpur. The highway continues from Nagpur to Hyderabad and then Bengaluru. At Bengaluru, take the highway that runs as Bengaluru, Madduru, Mysuru, Coorg, Subrahmanya, Mangaluru and reach NH66 to reach Kannur. The Coorg route itself is a pleasure to drive on. Roads from Tamil Nadu join various cities on NH66 via the following highways: Coimbatore, Palakkad, Thrissur, Kozhikode; Trichy, Dindigul, Pollachi, Valparai, Chalakudi, Thrissur, Kozhikode; Madurai, Theni, Munnar, Kottayam, Kochi. If you are driving from Chennai, then the Coimbatore-Kozhikode route is your shortest one. Kerala is a widely advertised state for tourism, but most tourism focuses on southern Kerala for places like Kochi and on the Western Ghats for places like Munnar. The Malabar region in general and Kannur district in particular have been ignored, but that can act in your favor as you can use this video to enjoy a leisurely and crowd-free getaway. You will thank us later.